October 8, 1956, Game 5 of the World Series. It was a classic matchup between the Brooklyn Dodgers and the New York Yankees. The series was tied at 2 games apiece, although some say New York should have won that second game, except their pitcher blew a 6-run lead. So it was met with some trepidation when Yankees manager Casey Stengel gave the nod to that very same pitcher to start the crucial Game 5. The pitcher? Don Larsen. He'd been called wild and unpredictable and was a real question mark at the beginning of that game. But something happened when he took to that mound, something magical, and it became history in the making.
Hi everybody, once again from Yankee Stadium in New York, this is Bob Wolf.
Bob Wolf's hair is a little grayer now, his voice a little more gravelly, but his passion for the game of baseball is still evident 50 years later. Calling his first World Series in 1956, Wolf, along with everyone else, wondered which Don Larsen was going to show up for Game 5.
With Don Larsen, you didn't know what was going to happen. I mean, he could be wild and kicked out, or he could do it.
After getting beat up in the second game, Larsen was sure he was finished for the series.
And came to the ballpark, and I was very surprised because Frank Rossetti put the ball in my shoe, and that meant I was going to start. And I didn't think I'd be starting again.
When you saw that ball in your shoe, what did you think to yourself?
Oh, I probably took a deep breath, maybe gulped, and probably said to myself, don't screw it up again.
The game progressed quickly, with both pitchers efficient on the mound.
After 3 innings of play, Sal Magny was pitching for Brooklyn. He hadn't allowed a hit, and Larsen hadn't allowed a hit. 3 innings of perfect baseball.
You refused to use the phrase no-hitter.
During the game, I used everything. So many up in a row, so many down. The only people on base so far have been the Yankees. For the Dodgers, everything's clear on the score. I mean, on and on. There was no way you could not know it. But I didn't use those words, no-hitter.
That's 21 in a row, retired by Don Larsen.
Now, you seemed pretty unconcerned. You were trying to talk to your teammates in the dugout. What was their reaction?
I remember Mano coming in from center field. I bumped him and I said, Mick, look, wouldn't it be something, 2 more innings to go? And he didn't say anything, he just walked away from me. Nobody would talk with you because they're afraid to say something and then something could happen and they think it's their fault.
As history developed on the ball field, Yankee fans in and outside the stadium gathered to witness it.
I was watching on TV. I couldn't believe he was going to get a perfect game because Don wasn't really, like Whitey Ford or those guys at that time. I really didn't expect him to do that. I guess half the baseball world didn't expect him to do that, but it was really exciting.
It was a very special evening. We all were huddled around the radio. My family had friends that come over. Whether it was TV or not, we didn't have a television. And I remember listening, 6th inning, 7th inning. No one could believe this was happening.
Take me through that final 9th inning.
My right arm got so sore. I pitched that last inning with Larsen. It's not on the record books, but I pitched it. My arm was sore for a week. My whole body was into it.
The only time I really had a break was after the 26th out. And, I turned around, probably said, old man upstairs, get me through one more.
Only one man now blocks Larsen from the greatest pitching achievement of all time, and that man is Dale Mitchell. Behind the plate, umpire Pinelli awaits the pitch with intense concentration.
I'll guarantee that nobody has left this ballpark. 2 strikes and a ball. Larsen is ready, gets the sign. 2 strikes, ball 1. Here comes the pitch. Strike 3. A no-hitter, a perfect game for Don Larsen.
When Babe Pinelli called strike 3 on Dale Mitchell, I just thought the world left my shoulders.
Yogi Berra runs out there, he leaps on Larsen.
I thought it couldn't have been a better scene than Yogi, squat 5'7" Yogi, here's Larsen, big, tall, Langley right-hander. That picture is emblazoned in my mind and across history. I mean, what a perfect picture to symbolize that whole game.
And he's formed by his teammates.
Everybody's entitled to a good day. If you work hard, I don't know if you deserve it to happen, but some of those things that is out of the ordinary do happen.
Larsen's connection with the perfect game doesn't end with his own. In 1998, when David Wells pitched a perfect game, it was noted that Wells and Larsen actually attended the same high school. Even more remarkable, in 1999, Larsen was here at Yankee Stadium for Yogi Berra Day. He tossed out the ceremonial first pitch to his old teammate, and then walked over and shook the hand of the starting pitcher of the New York Yankees, David Cone. Something magical must have transpired in that handshake, because as Don Larsen watched from the stands, David Cone went on to pitch his own perfect game. Back in 1974, Nolan Ryan entered the Guinness Book of World Records for throwing the fastest pitch ever recorded at 100.9 miles per hour. Since then, it's become more commonplace for pitchers to reach that magical mark. A.J. Burnett, Eric Gagne, Rich Harden, they've all done it. But there was one pitcher that didn't just reach that mark. He smashed right through it. He put up numbers never seen before and that will never be seen again. His name is Sid Finch, and this is his story.
The world knows that a fastball's coming. Well, a guy that can throw that hard is pretty baffling. Keep your eye trained on the speed gun.
When he broke onto the scene in 1985, the